Hello, everyone. I want you to think about someone in your life. Not the loudest person in the room. Not the most confident sounding. But the one who walks in quietly and somehow everyone notices. The one who does not try to impress anyone. And yet everyone feels drawn to them. You know this person. Maybe you have met them only once. Maybe they are someone you see every day. But their presence stays with you. Their energy lingers in the room long after they have left. And you cannot quite explain why. That quality is not beauty. It is not confidence in the usual sense. It is not style or money or status. It is something quieter. Something deeper. It is calm energy. And calm energy is one of the most attractive qualities a human being can have. Here is what most people never realize. If you keep speaking loudly, rushing your words, and filling every silence with noise, people will always feel drained around you. Your English will feel forced. Your presence will feel heavy. But if you understand what calm energy really is and how to develop it, everything changes. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what calm energy is, why it makes people naturally attractive, and how to bring that calm into your English starting today. The way people respond to you will change. The way you speak will change. And the way you feel about yourself will change. Stay with me until the end. Part 1. What calm energy really is. Most people think attraction is about appearance. About how you look. About what you wear. About how confidently you walk into a room. And while those things have some influence, they are not what creates lasting attraction. What truly attracts people is energy. The invisible feeling you get from someone before they even speak. The sense of safety or discomfort you feel in their presence. The way someone makes you feel simply by being near them. Calm energy is a specific kind of energy. It is the feeling of being around someone who is completely at peace with themselves. Someone who does not need to prove anything. Someone who does not need your approval. Someone who simply is. This kind of person does not demand attention. They receive it naturally. They do not push their energy onto others. They create a space where others feel free to be themselves. And that feeling is deeply, powerfully attractive. Calm energy is not passivity. It is not shyness. It is not the absence of personality. It is the presence of inner peace. And inner peace is something that radiates outward and touches everyone around you. Part 2. Why loud energy repels. Think about the people who try the hardest to be noticed. Who speak the loudest. Who dominate every conversation. Who need to be the center of attention at all times. How do you feel after spending time with them? Most people feel drained, tired, slightly anxious. Because loud, demanding energy is exhausting to be around. It takes something from you without giving anything in return. It fills the space so completely that there is no room to breathe. This is why truly attractive people are rarely the loudest in the room. Because loudness signals need. It signals insecurity. It signals a desperate desire to be seen, validated, and approved of. And people sense this, even if they cannot name it. Calm energy signals the opposite. It signals that you have nothing to prove. That you are not here to take anything from anyone. That you are simply present. And that security, that stillness, is magnetic. In English conversation, this is especially noticeable. A learner who speaks loudly and quickly, trying to impress with vocabulary and speed, often creates distance. But a learner who speaks slowly, clearly, and calmly creates connection. Because their energy says, I am here. I am present. I am listening. And that is always more attractive than perfect grammar. Part 3. The connection between calm and confidence. Here is something most people misunderstand. They think confidence means being loud, bold, and assertive. They think confident people always have something to say. They think confidence looks like taking up space. But real confidence is quiet. Real confidence does not need to announce itself. It does not need to fill every silence. It does not need to convince anyone of anything. Real confidence simply exists. Quietly. Steadily. Without apology. This is why calm people often seem more confident than loud people. Not because they say more, but because they say less and mean more. Every word they speak has been chosen. Every pause they take is intentional. And that intentionality communicates a deep trust in themselves. For English learners, this is liberating. You do not need perfect English to seem confident. You do not need advanced vocabulary or a flawless accent. You need calm. You need presence. You need to speak at your own pace without apologizing for who you are. Calm is not the absence of confidence. Calm is where real confidence lives. And when you bring that calm to your English, something remarkable happens. You stop trying to impress. You start trying to connect. And connection is always more powerful than impression. Part 4. How calm energy sounds in English. Here is something practical. Calm energy has a sound. And you can learn it. It is not about your accent. It is not about your vocabulary. It is about the rhythm and pace of how you speak. Calm English is slow English. Not slow because you do not know the words, but slow because you respect the conversation. Because you are not rushing. Because you give each word the space it deserves. And that slowness communicates something powerful. It says, I am not afraid of silence. I am not afraid of your judgment. I am here and I am enough. Calm English uses natural pauses. Instead of filling every silence with noise, calm speakers pause. They think. They breathe. And then they speak. Those pauses are not weakness. Those pauses are intelligence made visible. Calm English does not apologize. Calm speakers do not begin every sentence with, I am sorry, my English is not good. They do not end every sentence with, is that right? They speak. And they trust that their words are enough. And calm English is consistent. It does not get louder when nervous. It does not get faster when excited. It maintains a steady, grounded rhythm that makes listeners feel safe. That safety is what makes people want to keep talking to you. Part 5. The attractive power of listening. Here is one of the most powerful secrets of calm energy. Calm people are extraordinary listeners. Not just hearing. Truly listening. Fully present. Without planning their next sentence. Without waiting for their turn to speak. Without judging or evaluating. Just listening. Most people are not really listening when someone speaks to them. They are thinking about what they want to say next. They are planning their response. They are half present and half somewhere else. And people feel this. It creates a subtle distance that prevents real connection. But when someone truly listens to you, something magical happens. You feel seen. You feel valued. You feel safe. And you are immediately drawn to that person. Because in a world where everyone is talking and no one is listening, a true listener is extraordinary. For English learners, this is incredible news. Because listening costs nothing. It requires no advanced vocabulary. It requires no perfect grammar. It requires only presence. Only attention. Only the decision to be fully here for the person speaking to you. And when you listen deeply in English, two things happen. First, you learn. You absorb vocabulary, rhythm, and natural expression from the people around you. Second, you become more attractive as a communicator. Because the people you listen to will always want to talk to you again. Part 6. Calm energy and emotional regulation. Here is something important. Calm energy is not something you perform. It is not a mask you put on when you enter a room. It is the result of emotional regulation. The ability to feel your emotions without being controlled by them. Most people are at the mercy of their emotions. When they feel nervous, they act nervous. When they feel excited, they become loud and scattered. When they feel afraid, they freeze or run. Their inner state controls their outer behavior completely. Calm people have developed the ability to feel their emotions without immediately expressing them. Not suppressing them. Not denying them. But holding them gently. Acknowledging them. And choosing how to respond rather than simply reacting. This is a skill. And like all skills, it can be developed. It begins with awareness. The simple practice of noticing what you are feeling before you speak. Taking one breath before you respond. Giving yourself one moment of stillness between the feeling and the action. For your English, this is transformative. When you feel nervous before speaking, instead of immediately speaking louder and faster, you pause. You breathe. You let the nervousness exist without controlling you. And then you speak. Calmly. Clearly. From a place of choice rather than reaction. Part 7. How to develop calm energy. So how do you actually develop this quality? It begins not with how you present yourself to others. It begins with how you treat yourself when no one is watching. Calm energy comes from a calm inner life. From regular moments of stillness. From time spent without stimulation. Without noise. Without screens. Just you and your own thoughts. These moments of quiet are not wasted time. They are the foundation of calm energy. Start with 5 minutes every morning before any stimulation enters your day. No phone. No news. No social media. Just sit. Breathe. Notice your thoughts without following them. This simple practice, done consistently, begins to change your baseline energy. Notice also how you speak to yourself. The internal voice that comments on everything you do. If that voice is harsh, critical, and impatient, that energy will leak into how you present yourself to others. But if you begin to treat yourself with gentleness, that gentleness will radiate outward naturally. And for your English, practice speaking to yourself with calm energy. Speak slowly. Speak gently. Do not criticize every mistake. Do not rush every sentence. Treat your English the same way a calm, patient teacher would treat a student they believe in. Because you deserve that patience from yourself. Part 8. Calm energy in difficult conversations. Here is where calm energy is most powerful. In difficult conversations. When someone disagrees with you. When someone is rude or dismissive. When a conversation becomes emotional or tense. This is where most people lose their calm energy entirely. Most people match the emotional energy of difficult conversations. If someone is angry, they become defensive. If someone is dismissive, they become insistent. If someone is aggressive, they become aggressive in return. And the conversation escalates instead of resolving. Calm people respond differently. They do not match the negative energy. They lower it. By staying grounded. By speaking slowly and clearly. By refusing to be pulled into emotional reactivity. And that groundedness often transforms the entire conversation. In English, this is a skill that will serve you in every context. In job interviews. In professional meetings. In difficult personal conversations. The ability to stay calm when the situation is not calm communicates maturity, intelligence, and emotional strength. And here is the beautiful thing. You do not need perfect English to do this. You need calm. A simple sentence spoken calmly is always more powerful than a perfect sentence spoken from anxiety. So practice staying calm. And let your calm do the work. Part 9. The English of Calm People. Let us look at what calm English actually sounds like in practice. Because there are specific patterns that calm speakers use that you can begin adopting right now. Calm speakers use simple, direct language. They do not overcomplicate their sentences. They say what they mean clearly and trust that it is enough. Instead of, "I was wondering if perhaps it might be possible for you to consider," they say, "Could you please help me with this?" Calm speakers use natural pauses. They do not rush from one sentence to the next. They let their ideas land. They give the listener time to absorb what has been said before moving on. These pauses make their speech more powerful, not less. Calm speakers ask thoughtful questions. Instead of dominating conversations with their own thoughts, they invite others in. They show genuine curiosity. They listen to the answers fully before responding. And that curiosity makes every conversation richer. And calm speakers are comfortable with imperfection. They do not apologize for every grammatical mistake. They do not stop mid-sentence to correct themselves 5 times. They continue calmly, because they know that communication is about connection, not perfection. And connection is always enough. Part 10. Your energy is already changing. Here is the most important thing I want you to understand today. The version of you with calm, powerful energy is not far away. It is not something you need years to develop. It begins the moment you make one different choice. One breath before you speak. One pause before you react. One decision to connect instead of perform. You already have everything you need. The warmth. The intelligence. The desire to connect with other people. The only thing standing between you and that energy is the noise. The rushing. The performing. The fear. And those things can be released. Starting today. Think about how different your English conversations could feel. Not stressful. Not exhausting. But natural. Easy. Real. You speaking at your own pace. You listening fully. You connecting with another person in English without fear or apology. That is not a dream. That is what happens when you develop calm energy. And here is what excites me most. Every single video you watch, every conversation you have, every moment you choose presence over performance, you are becoming that person. You are not starting from zero. You are already on the way. You have been on the way from the moment you started learning. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are becoming. And that journey, from where you are now to the person you are growing into, is one of the most powerful journeys a human being can take. Final message. You came to this video today for a reason. Something inside you is ready to change. Something inside you already knows that the way you have been communicating, rushing, performing, apologizing, is not the real you. The real you is calmer, more present, more powerful, more connected. And from today, you have the tools to let that version of yourself come forward. One breath at a time. One English sentence at a time. One brave, present, genuine moment of connection at a time. You do not need to wait until your English is perfect. You do not need to wait until your confidence is complete. You can start right now. With the next sentence you speak. With the next conversation you have. With the next moment you choose to be fully present. Something inside you is ready. Something inside you has always been ready. And the world is waiting to hear your voice. Not your perfect voice. Your real voice. Your present voice. Your voice, exactly as it is right now. Now I want to hear from you. Write one sentence in the comments in English. After watching this video, what is one thing you are going to change about the way you communicate? One sentence. Simple English. Your honest answer. I read every comment carefully. If this video helped you, subscribe to Gentle Wisdom. And remember, you are not performing. You are becoming. See you in the next video.